Pretend that I don't see you. Look the other way when you walk in the room.
Hi guys, welcome back to Her Campus CAU. Today we'll be hosting a new segment on Her Campus channel called Pink Table Talk. I'm your very first host, Bre'Nae Ford, and today I'll be introducing some of my friends from around the AUC. So let's get into the video. Guys, can you guys go around and introduce yourselves and tell you guys what you guys are doing here and your name and your major?
My name is August Taylor. I'm a mass communications major, concentration of film, and I came to Clark, Atlanta to be a director and a screenwriter.
Hi, my name is Sydney Jones. I'm a mass media arts major, concentration in radio and television, and I came to Clark, Atlanta because I want to be an entertainment broadcasting journalist.
Hi, my name is Nadia Williams. I attend Spelman College. My major is computer science, but I'm switching to do degree engineering with computer science, and I came to Spelman College to become a software engineer.
Wow, that is so marvelous. Such some black girl power, black girl magic. Okay, so today's segment for Pink Table Talk is going to be called Black Girl Magic. As you can see, we're all black women of different shades and different colors, and we're all united in one way. So our first topic for Black Girl Magic is talking about being black and the stereotypes that come along with being black in today's society. So who wants to go first?
I guess I'll go. I love being black, but you know, there's no con to being black per se, but the only con is how society views you. You know, I feel like we're always 2 steps back in certain aspects, so you really have to be on your stuff in order to get ahead, because if not, you're just stereotyped.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I agree. I enjoy being black. I love being black, but you know, especially when it comes out to like certain jobs and opportunities, it's hard for us to get them. Like we'll have to straighten our hair to just look like we fit in, and for that reason, it kind of.
I feel as though being black is something of a significance that no one else can match. I'm not clowning any other race. I'm just saying being black is of greatness, and we're held to a higher stature. Our parents have instilled in our brains and our minds from a young age that being a black woman and being a black man, we have to work 10 times harder to overcome and achieve greatness in adversity. So I feel as though being black is you're held to a higher standard, and you cannot let that standard fall, because if you fall below the standards, you're deemed as ignorant, lazy, the stereotypes of being a black woman and a black man, and you just don't want to follow those stereotypes.
Oh, okay. I think I love being black. I'll be honest, I didn't really appreciate it as much until I decided to go to an HBCU, because here I saw that everybody was doing their own thing. Like everybody was doing the jobs that you see all over the world, but they were doing it in a black way and like uplifting themselves. So I don't know, I love being black because it's all uplifting. The whole community is uplifting, and I didn't really see that until I was surrounded by other people like me.
That's true. And to elaborate on that too, being here in Atlanta, you see a lot of black empowerment, and you see a lot of black entertainers coming up from the struggles and making their way into the big scenes. And it's just honestly, being a millennial and seeing that, it's the sky's the limit. And for us to be black at this age and see people in everyday life and aspects doing great things and actually contribute to society in a positive way, it makes you want to go out here and continue to be black while doing so. So I just really appreciate being black, even though when I was younger, I didn't want to be black. I wanted to be white. I thought I was a white woman in a kid's body. But I mean, now that I am a full-grown adult, I feel as though being black, I really do appreciate it more. So our next topic is going to be bullying. What experience did you guys have when you guys were younger about being black and being a black girl? Did you guys experience any bullying? What kind of challenges did you guys face? Any adversities you guys had to overcome?
Well, when I was younger, I went to this was maybe my kindergarten, preschool years before I started going to public school. I went to a little Catholic school at St. Mary's Ambrose or something, and I was one of the only black people there. It was either you were African or you were white, and Africans, there is a they're taught, having Nigerian friends and growing up around Africans, they are taught not to associate with us because black kids are seen as bad, we're seen as rebellious, we're seen as ghetto. So I didn't quite fit in. And it was the African kids didn't want to mess with me. And the white kids were definitely who do you think you are? So I was
who do you think you are?
So I just played with myself and read the Bible.
Did you guys have any experiences?
I also went to a Catholic school when I was like maybe first, second, third grade. I went to Our Lady of Lourdes, and there I didn't have any issues. But then I had to transfer to Holy Redeemer my 4th grade year. I hated that school. I hated all the teachers, everybody there. I just noticed when I got to Holy Redeemer, like we had certain like uniform things that they like enforced, but every time, I'm not gonna say I did something wrong, but I always felt like the teachers would nitpick everything I did. So like, oh, you have a gray sweater on today and it's supposed to be a black sweater. Like, okay, I might have forgot, but like this person has a black sweater on too, and he could be white and they don't say anything, but because it's me, it mattered. So like I hated that school.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like her. I switched schools, but my school had 3 campuses, and it was 2 like elementary school campuses, and then 1 huge campus for like middle school and high school. So one elementary school campus was like in the ghetto. Another elementary school campus was in Germantown, which is like the really uppity part of Memphis, and then the bigger school was in Caryville. So I lived right by the Germantown campus, but my parents sent me to the one in the ghetto. So anyway, I was like really smart in that school, and it was really small. And then we switched over to middle school, and like I said, I was really smart there. So I was the only black girl in honors English, and we were reading. There's this book called Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, and my teacher specifically asked me how often did my mom come home from work, and I was like, every night. And she was like, well, how often do you see your dad? I said, every day. He drops me off every morning and he picks me up from school. What do you mean?
Right.
And then we started talking about, what's the book, To Kill a Mockingbird? Yeah, where the Atticus Finch, he was helping this black guy in a trial. And he was like, and my teacher asked me, she was like, so what do you do when you get in trouble? And I was like, well, I don't get in trouble. I don't know. She just made it. She had all these stereotypes from this one book, and I guess she thought it applied to all black people. But that made me feel like, I don't know. It made me feel, it was uncomfortable.
It belittled you.
Yeah, it belittled me, and it made me feel really uncomfortable.
To elaborate off of that, like growing up as a black kid, I went to a predominantly black school all my life. So like, not predominantly black, but I guess a multicultural school. So I went to Vansville Elementary School. I went to Lake Arbor Elementary School, and coming from Lake Arbor, where it's in Mitchellville, Maryland, and it's a black community. So it's a lot of black people with black kids of high stature. And coming from Lake Arbor, going to Vansville, and you have a lot of multicultural kids. You see the difference of the teaching and the schooling. So like, I guess I wasn't really bullied, but I was picked on because I was of darker skin tone, and I did have a gap in my mouth, and I was like, I was like not skinny, but I wasn't like fat. I was like right in between. So like, everyone was picking me and calling me like a gap tooth. Yeah, it was really bad, and so I guess that built my character up as a kid, and seeing how people can be envious of you, and like, I guess because most of the people who picked on me were, sorry to say, but white or like Asian or Hispanic. So I guess they're kind of in shock of seeing a black girl and not knowing how to treat that person. They want to pick on them instead of like uplift them and teach them and learn from each other. So I guess as a kid, you don't understand why you're being picked on, but I kind of finally came to terms with it when I got to middle school, and I kind of like started to clap back at people when people pick on me, because I mean, I am black, but at the same time, I can't change why I am black as well. So I guess, I don't know, it was kind of hard growing up, but not as hard where I couldn't deal with it. It was all a learning lesson for me, and it got me to the place I'm supposed to be in the future anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much why. Specific for Black Girl Magic is self-image, and we're going to be talking about our AUC campuses, about Spelman versus Clark, the images that we uphold here, and how everyday life is on the AUC campus with self-image and being a black woman.
I said I feel like sometimes it's kind of hard when it comes to that conversation, because Clark women are depicted as we're ghetto, we're like the ugly stepchild of the AUC, because it's always spell house together, and there's not a whole bunch of inclusiveness when it comes to our part. And just on hearing, like my friend Nadia said earlier, with the you look like you go to Clark.
Oh yeah, I get that question all the time. I go to Spelman College, but like if I'm walking past Morehouse or I meet a group of guys, the first thing they'll like say, like if I say I go to Spelman, they're like, you go to Spelman? Like you go to Clark. Like what technically does that mean? So like I'm not really understanding because there's like some people at Clark that are like really, really intelligent, like probably surpass me and everything else. And like there's people at Spelman that aren't as smart either. So like, you know, to have a stereotype put on us is a shame. And I honestly think it came from Morehouse itself because boys are like cruel. Like, you know, Spelman's an all girls school, so they think automatically like we're better, and that's not necessarily the case. And like they sit there and they put like different images on each of us, and like we start to think about it ourselves because like the way Spelman holds themselves sometimes, it comes off as bougie and
beyond bougie.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, yeah, no, because we're all like the same at the end of the day. Like, we're all gonna succeed. So.
And what do you think Morehouse thinks about Clark girls versus Spelman girls? Like, what do you think?
Okay, so like having guy friends from Morehouse from different areas, I definitely can see the image they hold on Clark girls and the image they hold on Spelman girls. They say that Spelman girls are held to a higher stature, so they won't be out here going late at night to Morehouse visiting LLC or Beckwith or whatever. But little do they know.
Little do they know. I saw some Spelman girls walk into Morehouse past 9 o'clock, and I said, "Baby, Chick-fil-A is closed."
They're not real. I just feel as though I met Nadi. When I first met Nadi, I didn't even know she could go to Spelman. Like I couldn't tell by the image that that Spelman holds. And so I have some Spelman friends who I can definitely tell who go to Spelman. So it's like the image is not.
It's not correct
Yeah,
at all. Like,
not correct.
And can you describe that image for them, for people who don't know?
For most people like that go to Spelman, the image is more so like you're usually like I'm gonna say it. They consider you like the black wannabe white kid, like, you know, a person that's like bougie, high standards. You know, I'm not gonna say like they talk correctly, they don't hang out, all they do is their work. Like I don't always do my work. Like we be procrastinating over there. Like deadlines an hour before it's due. Like I be on a promenade, I have fun. They act like we don't get in fights. No, there was just a fight at our campus. They get in fights. Like we're not gonna lie.
They're regular people.
Yeah, we're regular people.
Like,
and I mean, I'm not gonna say like Morehouse is the only people, because like Spelmanites, like they talk down too, and like how I look at it is like we're all the same. Like, and like y'all just made a smart decision, because how I really look at it is we paying $54,000 for no air, and y'all pay $38,000 for the same stuff that we can get both ways. So like.
And
I got scholarships.
And our university gives out more scholarships because they know we come from different backgrounds, and that's what I love about Clark as well. So, and then I feel as though, elaborating on what Nadia said, some Spelman women do take that image to their head and like, oh, well, I got a Spelman, so I'm automatically better. That's not the case. 'Cause let me tell you something. Clark is out here doing big things in the entertainment industry. Half the people you see in our mass media department are out here doing big things with TBS, CNN, Tyler Perry Studios. So it's like, it's not that Spelman's not doing the same thing either. Sprite as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not that Spelman women aren't doing the same thing, but it's like, we're pretty much equal, we're equivalent. So I don't understand why they're why we're being divided when we should all unite. It's just, it makes no sense.
Guys, so these are our Morehouse brothers, so can you guys introduce yourselves?
What's good? My name is Frizz.
What's
No, your
major?
Morehouse intro.
Oh, Morehouse intro. Alright. My name is Frizzell Devers. I am a freshman from Oakland, California, majoring in theater and drama.
My name is Mark Jackson. I'm a freshman business administration major from Marietta, Georgia.
My name is Kieran Gongora, kinesiology major from Los Angeles, California.
Rashad J. Harvey, sophomore economics major from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. So you want to go ahead and ask the next question?
Okay, so I just want to ask first, what school do y'all think we go to, Spelman or Clark? And you have to ask.
Clark.
Oh, dang.
Clark, Spelman.
Spelman?
Yeah, you like a
Oh,
Spelman.
yeah, you look like Spelman.
Spelman. Yeah.
I prefer not to even ask.
You have, it's the purpose of the
Answer,
thing.
you have
It's
to
okay,
answer.
it's the purpose of the
It's
thing.
just open hands, right?
Clark.
It's just like, yeah, just what you think.
I remember last time I
Just-
guessed.
Y'all know.
Just like, I swear.
I wasn't mad.
Nah, it's okay, we asking you to do it, so it's different.
Alright, Clark.
I'm sticking with it, Spelman.
I'm gonna guess they all go to Clark.
Okay.
So what'd you say? You said Clark.
Clark, Spelman.
Okay, what about you?
Spelman Clark.
What about you?
Spelman, Clark.
Okay. Okay, well, I do go to illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
Okay.
And I go to Spelman College.
Yes.
Okay.
So we asked you guys these questions because we just recently talked about a topic where we said that, sorry to bash university, but Morehouse and then
College.
Morehouse College has this stereotype of women in the AUC. They think that Spelmanites are held to a higher stature than Clark women, and we're trying to eliminate those stereotypes. So I kind of want to get you guys' opinion of what you guys saw that made you guys think we go to Clark or Spelman.
The blue.
Oh, the blue?
The nails.
The nails? Oh,
Okay.
That's like, if we're being completely honest.
No,
I looked at her nails.
Be honest, y'all. Like,
Alright. So y'all know, Spelman, number one HBCU, not taking away nothing from none of y'all, you know, but she just looked like she go to Spelman. You just look, not saying that y'all don't look put together, but she looks put together. Like she just.
but
Not
you
saying-
said not saying y'all.
Yeah.
So like, what made like that's her, but what made you look at me and say Spelman though?
I don't know, you just look put together like her as well. The way she dressed,
Thank you.
not. I'm not gonna help you with that.
Wow. Okay, so,
I didn't mean that in like a rude way.
no, it's
No, it's
none
okay.
taken, none taken.
None taken.
This is a topic we were talking about before anyway. So what was your opinion?
For everybody?
No, like why did you think we went to the school that you said we went to?
I mean, okay, I can kind of take that off you guys. Like, even if I walked into a room without having a shirt on, most people would think I go to Morehouse.
Yeah.
Versus somebody that goes to Clark.
Alright,
Not
so
necessarily. And the thing is with me, I never really met too many Clark. Wait, what is it called? Like Clark? Clarkettes. I never met.
I've never heard that word.
Yeah.
I personally haven't met too many, so I really don't have a stereotype. But I know my sister, she went to Spelman, so like I know
your
how.
sister?
My blood sister, yeah. Yeah, she went to Spelman, class of 16. But it's like me being around her and then being around like her friend dynamics. Spelman women hold themselves to a certain standard, so they carry themselves.
Not saying that Clark.
Not to say Clark. I just don't know how.
You don't know how Clark women
Yeah,
are.
so that's really what it is. I do have a friend. I went to
friend.
high school with her, but I've been knowing her since high school, so it's a
So,
little different.
It's kinda biased.
Yeah, because I know her, so
Right.
it's like as far as Clark, I really don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially somebody that's not from Atlanta that goes to the school.
You
that
don't know.
I don't know, so I really can't say.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I knew them too. Well, I knew her already.
Yeah, I know her.
And then she got the shirt on.
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
And then at the same time, I just guessed like,
Wait, did you say I go to Clark?
yeah.
So what made you like say that?
I just guessed because I just thought, well, if they both go to Clark,
I feel you.
and she probably go to Clark.
That
I
they all
go
are
for it.
Clark.
Okay. The next subtopic is it's okay to be a black woman now in today's society. And so what I mean by that is I know back in 2011, 2013, everyone had this phase. I was in middle school.
Earlier even.
Yeah, even earlier, everyone had this phase of being mixed with something. And if you were mixed, you were held to a higher standard or you were better than the next person. So I just know when I was younger, I was in like 6th to like 8th grade, I used to say. I used to be like, oh, well, I'm white, I'm Trinidadian, I'm Indian, I'm black.
That was everybody's favorite word. Like they were like,
Oh, yeah.
they would say they were Native American.
Everybody
And
was
I mean, my
Indian.
grandma's really Native American, but like even when I was younger, I used to do the math in my head. I'm like, if my grandma's 100, that makes my mom 50. That only makes me about 35%. So technically, I'm really not when you really put that in.
When I tell you everybody was Indian in some way, they're like, oh, I'm Cherokee. I'm like, I'm Cherokee.
It was a girl so black looking blue saying, yeah, I'm Cherokee, yeah.
But
I'm
the
just
crazy
Native
thing is,
American."
Native Americans, they're actually black because a lot of them had
Yeah, this is
intermixing.
true.
So you sit there and look
This
at
is
them, they look just like us except a different grain of hair. But I never went through that phase because like people be like, I'm not saying because of your color that makes a difference of your ethnicity.
Yeah.
But you know, they would look a certain way. They'd be like, you know, like, I'm half Chinese. I'm like, girl.
No, you're not.
I know. It is like, you know, you see my curl pattern? That's because, you know, my grandma, she like Native American, and my dad like.
No, my great grandma is Native American.
I used to do that when my perm was growing up. I was like, yeah, I'm just with Indian tea right there. That's like the root of my head.
I'm German.
When I was younger, like people would like used to, not even younger, because that happened my senior year too. Like I have a curl pattern. I mean, it's really nice, but people would look at it and they'll touch my hair, and then the first thing they say like, "Girl, what you mixed with?" Like black people can't have braids hair.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that when I first met you.
I mean,
I was like, dang, she got some good hair.
I mixed with something, but like that shouldn't be the first reason like that. You know, like that should not deter me being mixed though, because there are some, you know, black people that aren't mixed that have beautiful hair. Like so.
That's true. I just know, like, back in middle school, it was a thing, because everyone, you know, they had the thing where, like, oh, light skin versus dark skin versus brown skin. So I was like, okay, Mom, what color am I? Like, my brown skin, my dark skin. And so my mom was like, girl, you're black. Like, you're just black. You're not anything. So she was like, you're not mixed with anything. All you are black and half white. If you're half white, it's like a small percentage from off your father's side. But knowing that now as a black woman, I'm like, when someone asks me, what am I am black. I'm a black woman. I'm an African American woman.
I love you black.
I love you black.
I'm black, you black.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
black
I'm
as
so
well.
black.
So black. And so I guess it took a long time for black men and black men to realize their worth. And so I guess now with everyone coming out with black girl magic, you know, black empowerment stuff, everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm black and I'm proud. But where was that energy a couple of years ago?
Right.
That's where I want to know.
But I blame it a lot on the media, because even with that, see, like, look at how the media, how they'll be so quick to ditch a black woman once a guy has made it. If you look at the videos, like, if subconsciously, when you see things 24/7, you don't understand that you start to inherit those thoughts and act on them, and you don't even know that. Like with music videos, always showing the image of, you know, mixed women or lighter women. And if you even go into typecasting, because they do that, you look at what's required. Like a grade D woman will be a dark skin woman, grade A woman will be somebody who's mixed, and a B woman will be maybe who's light skinned, who's mixed looking. Like society has so many ways to depict us black women and tear us apart. And the black men, if anything, you should be helping us, because you're in the same. We're all in the same boat. We're really down low. But it's the crabs in the barrel mindset. I really don't appreciate that.
I think more so black men want to fit in. They want to be accepted. And that's why they're so quick to degrade black women and say, no, you're dark skinned, so we don't want you. But now the whole dark skin trend, everyone loves dark skin women, but yet they would never marry a dark skin woman. And that's the catch I've caught on to as well. So it's like you see dark skin women are acceptable when they're glossed up with butter, cocoa butter, and they're half naked. But like, why? Like, why can I be acceptable when I'm fully clothed with my hair done and I look professional and I look, I'm out here making money?
It's a fetish.
It's a fetish.
It's a fetish towards dark skinned women. If they're not having like the mixed looking hair, or if they don't sit there and have like the Coke shaped bottles, it's like, oh, that's her. But I'm like, nah, if you like dark skinned women, you like them in all forms, and that should be that. It shouldn't be just because of a certain image.
Right, I remember when I was younger, the trend was light skins were better. So like my mom is light skinned, so like, I used to go home and talk about it, and she used to be like, bro, I wish I was your skin color. Like, you have a beautiful skin color. I wish I had that tan. And you know, I didn't really like, you know, think like, oh, my skin color is so beautiful, because during that time it was like light skins were the best. Like if you weren't light skinned, then you ain't popping for real. But like now I know, like, nah, my skin color popping. Like, period.
I think that was like the bad thing, but like now we see it as like, oh, that's great, like all these different things. But back then, I don't think anybody really appreciated how there was just so much differentiality with them being black. Like you have this color, you have Bre'Nae, so you have my color, you have August, like all these different shades, and no one really appreciated. But I like that now everybody appreciates it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to this week's Pink Table Talk at Her Campus CAU. I am Bre'Nae Ford, and thank you for watching. Thank you for all my guests coming out today, and as well as talking with your experiences and letting you guys have a free and open discussion. Tune in next week for more content on Her Campus CAU. Thank you.